Me and my brother have started a survival world, which is slightly modded. And we've moved on to the stage where we're doing our mega bases now, and we had a bit of a dispute over travel, and which would be the fastest way to get here and where, which kind of inspired this video. So how this is going to work is I have got a couple contraptions behind me, some redstone based, some mechanic based, and we're going to test them out because I want to see which one runs the best speed for the game.
Essentially what we're going to do is speed through every contraption 3 times each, therefore allowing us to find an average time for each speed test. And not to be biased for any specific one, these are all exactly the same length long.
Now the 3 on the left hand side of me are the ones that we have available in the world currently. First up, we have the horse-drawn and carried. Right, so if we get on here. Now, yeah, the one other thing I want to mention is that some of these have to be done in survival, whereas others can be creative or survival. For the horse, we're going to go 3, 2, 1, and go. So yeah, the thing is with horses, it's kind of a lottery because you never really know when you're going to get a fast horse or a high jumping horse. I guess the thing is you can actually breed horses in the game to get better ones. So if you breed like a really fast or a really high jumper, you get a faster and high jumper one. It's kind of like how genomes work. But not all horses are the best. Next up is the portal travel. So yeah, this is kind of like a most recognisable one. I think iconic as well. It's something that a lot of people use on servers, and it's because 8 blocks in the overworld is 1 block in the nether. Right, yes, now that we're in survival, hopefully what you should see is that when we hop into the portal, there's a bit of warp before you go in, which adds extra time, and then you've got the loading screen as well. Now I'm actually going to count the loading screen in the time that it takes, because it's part of the run. So portal travel, although it's good for travelling long distances with a lot of resources, isn't technically the fastest one if you need to get somewhere soon. We come through here, out this way, and here. I guess the other problem with portal travel is that when you come out the other side, sometimes you don't exactly know where the exit is because of all these sort of fuzziness in the portal. So that is, that's the portal run all done. Next thing we have up is 3, 2, 1, and go. And I'm not holding forward or anything, and it's pretty decent. I'd say it's about the same as a horse though, in terms of travel speed. Obviously, again, horses, you can get faster ones, but I'd say this kind of travel is about as fast as the optimal average horse. That is rail down. Now, the next experiment is this, and this I've used before in previous versions. I'm not entirely sure if it still works, but the idea is you're meant to go across diagonal rail insanely fast because of the momentum it provides. I'm not entirely sure if this still works, but we are going to try it. And that's it, that's a fail. I'm going so fast on this rail over here that when I broke a block, the game just completely flipped out and crashed. Basically, all I was saying is that I used this one in the world already, but I need to do this in survival, because if you jump in creative, obviously you'll see that you go into fly mode. And this is an ice highway. Basically, how it works is there's blocks above your head. You run and jump as fast as you can along this by tapping the button rather than holding it down, because otherwise you don't get the optimal speed you need. And blue ice actually gives you the best speed when you're running or boating on ice. And this is actually a good one to have inside the nether when you're traveling between portals at a long distance. Having this in the nether, even though it's only 1 block in the nether every 8 blocks in the overworld, will get you there within a couple minutes or a couple seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. And that's with the warping as well. We are just going to do one more test run though, because repeating results always gives you a better result. So, let's go. Next up we have something rather similar with a boat, or the new bamboo rafts, which act the same way as boats. Now these ones need to be too wide because otherwise the boat or raft can't physically fit in because it has a wider hitbox. And again, blue ice is the fastest ice to travel on, especially with boats, and you need barriers if you're not as good a gamer. Otherwise you'll end up flying off. Again, I've got a full C controller, so yeah, problems. Right, if we hop in here and go. So yeah, that's the thing with these though. With rafts and boats, I'm going to pop back into creative quickly so we don't need survival for this one. With rafts and boats, the only problem is that I think when you sort of grind against the wall, you do actually slow yourself down ever so slightly. Which is a tad bit of a problem. But again, obviously, once you've kind of skilled up a bit, you can go ahead and get a bit better. So therefore, I think that run was faster just there. And that's pretty damn fast. So this obviously is significantly faster than that one just there. I also think it's a lot faster than Portal Travel and all the ones we've done so far. A lot of you might recognize this. Especially viewers of Hermitcraft, and in, I think it was Hermitcraft Season 9, Ethos Lab made a contraption which was essentially a sub-super highway for players to run across, and it used water and dolphins. Now in Java there's something called Dolphin's Grace. I don't know where my dolphins are gone. In Java there's something called Dolphin's Grace, which essentially allows you to receive, I guess, speed from dolphins when you're in the water, even when you're in water from this height here. And in Bedrock this is kind of a thing, but it's not a physical effect that shows on the side of the screen. So I wasn't entirely sure this was going to work. And I've actually added some super upgrades for my Bedrock version, including Depth Strider boots, which allow you to travel a lot faster on or in water. I've got some swiftness splash potions as well, and as seen before, I've even included a beacon which spans the whole of this 57 blocks anyway, so you only really need one. And essentially all you need to do is put your beacon on here, obviously, choose speed, and then that's not speed, it's haste. Choose speed and then speed 2. Pretty sure all of you know how to work beacons, just in case you didn't. There we go. And now you should see speed pops up on the side. So we've got Depth Strider boots on. We've now also got swiftness and beacon speed times 2. So that's technically speed times 4 plus the Depth Strider and the Dolphin's Grace, which isn't an official thing in Bedrock. Now I'm not entirely sure this is going to work because, like I said, I haven't tested it, and we're going to pop into survival just so I can show you that I'm not actually flying when I do this, because that would be cheating. And yeah, it doesn't work. So this may look fast, but it's all just coming from the speed and the swiftness. There's no Dolphin's Grace, because again, it's just a Java thing. And yeah, you can see that I am actually running in the water, but it's not working. Apparently this is just a Java thing. And to be honest, when I get Java, or if I play Java in the future, I cannot wait to build one of these things with the upgrades I've just added, because it's going to be insanely fast. Next up we have Elytra, which I think is one of the most common travel uses, especially for people on servers across distances to other people's bases, and to districts, or to fly to places to get mining or things like that. I also use it quite a lot just to get around, because all my bases on the world are quite close knit, which means I can fly over to one place or to another, but I'll often use Portal when I'm out of rockets or running low, or carrying a lot of resources. We are literally going to go across this distance. Boom. So that's slightly over 57 blocks. Again, in post, as soon as I pass this 217 point, as you can see in the top left corner where my quads are, that is when I will kind of stop the timer. We're going to go back again, because again, this is the same distance. Speed is off. 3, 2, 1. And you do just kind of have to drop out the sky as well, which is annoying for short distances. Elytra, I guess, are also really, really great for, well, Elytra courses where you can set up rings, fly through them, challenge your friends. I'm thinking about setting one up in the world. I might want to try at some point. I don't know how hard I'm going to make it, but it'll be quite fun. This one over here. Now, I have no idea these even existed. This is a beast, an absolute monstrosity, but it is completely and utterly amazing and necessary and essential. All of this stuff as well is like cheap stuff to get. I mean, observers, yeah, quartz from nether, but that's also cheap. All of this is easily obtainable stuff, and it doesn't even take up that much because it's quite a compact machine. If you don't know what this is, it's a translocator. And I only discovered this thing the other day. I don't know why it's been in the dark for me for so long. This is such an amazing thing. It literally transports you across a certain amount of blocks in, a second. I believe this one does 120 blocks per second. And the best part is it doesn't have to be chunk aligned either, which is perfect. Pretty much all you do is you place a minecart down here, the observer detects you on this string, you go push down here and push through the glass. Now, that mechanic I have not seen used in a very long time, and I've been opened back up to it, and I really, really want to use it in my builds now. So for any of you that don't know how this works, essentially all of this is solid glass blocks. But because I think glass don't count as a, well, solid block, they've got an air gap in between which allows you to see through them, which you can't do with other blocks obviously. Which then also means that items can be pushed through these blocks to then be used in systems, which means you can automate without water, without elevators, you can automate without minecarts or hoppers or droppers. You've got a fully automated piece just like this. And if you incorporate pistons, what you could also do is have a piston to block off certain holes, because as you can see, rather than jumping out the top here, it's coming out the side because it's the first available hole. So what you could do in actuality is stick a piston here, and then have it subtract and retract depending on which items you want to come out, and this could be a sorting system. I have some plans set up already, and I'm planning to rebuild my super smelter and a couple of my tutorials with this design and implement it in the world a lot, because I want to build a melon pumpkin factory, and it's going to be amazing. The other part is you can actually have fully solid blocks up here that aren't glass, as well as slabs and I think carpets too, which means your items will literally just pop up through the floor into your inventory or even into a chest, which is like genuinely amazing. I'm so happy I found this mechanic again via this machine, so this thing I had to actually build it off of an image in a couple different videos, because it's obviously by one person. I had to build it off an image in a couple different videos without any tutorial whatsoever. So there was a bit of breakage at the start, but again, it's not a really complex machine. It looks complex, but it's really not too bad. So it was actually rather easy to go ahead and build. If I hop on here on my playlists, I should scroll down to the bottom and see said video. Yep. I'm going to turn down the volume so I don't get copyrighted. But yeah, I'm genuinely over the moon, so happy that I've been reintroduced to this mechanic, and I'm genuinely never going to forget this. And for all my time, use it in builds and farms and redstone and all sort of automation. It's great for sort of lab theme looking things as well, because obviously it's kind of like a test tube, and I've chosen orange here to fit the theme of the carrots. Something else you can do again is put water here afterwards, because it doesn't always travel sideways, and you can literally just make an infinite carrot dispenser. The other best part about this is that you can do this with stacks of items. It doesn't have to be just one item at a time. So you can send your diamonds up, you can send your resources up, and I don't believe they can despawn while they're inside this thing either, which is amazing. Anyway, we're going to come loaded up to this thing over here. And we're going to see how this thing goes. Now, I don't know if it's going to be slower on this version. I don't know why it would be. It might be, I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to test. Yeah, if I go to the thing here. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but this is guy Kimowin or Kimowin or Kimo Wine. I'm gonna say Kimowin. They're on YouTube. They do some. Well, they've been doing bolt pistons, which is essentially what this is, but for travel. And it's called a translocator. But yeah, essentially you get pushed through the glass at hypersonic speeds and you pop out the other end within a matter of seconds. Or seconds, because that's how fast it is. 3, 2, 1, go. That was so fast. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is like a beast, a machine. This is amazing. Whoa. No, this like genuinely has surprised. What the actual oh. Yeah, it did that sometimes with the village. I think you have to move these out the way because otherwise you get blockages and it fires you back. But this is mad. Yeah, so I guess the idea with this is that you either build this in the overworld to travel long distances to places you can't quite remember in the nether. Because what I often do is build portals to loads and loads of places in the nether and then completely forget which portals go where. So I guess for this machine you could just have like a sub-highway underground or like a massive one in the sky stretching across your whole world to get you to places in a matter of seconds. Which is, it's mad, it's absolutely mad, it's ludicrous, but it works, and I'm so happy it's opened my eyes to this again though, like so happy.
And now the bit that we've all been waiting for, the leaderboard that will determine which is the best way to travel in Minecraft, obviously in accordance with the current version of the game.
It's been lovely seeing you all once again. I know it's been a bit shorter and sorry for the stream crash. Don't entirely know what happened there. It might have been me going so slow that I physically crashed the game. But yeah, once again, lovely seeing you all.